The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as Ambassador Julie stepped forward, her boots echoing against the translucent floor. Around her, representatives from 1,000 worlds watched with what could only be described as pity in their multifaceted eyes, sensory organs, and consciousness fields. Ambassador, the Cronathi High Speaker chittered through his translator, his carapace shifting uncomfortably. We have received word that the Zarthul Dominion has declared war on your homeworld. Perhaps it is time for your species to consider evacuation protocols. Julie's jaw tightened. Behind her, Jose adjusted his uniform, his hand instinctively moving to where his weapon would have been if the council chambers permitted such things. He'd been her security attaché for 3 years, and he knew that look in her eyes. Evacuation. Julie's voice was calm, almost conversational. High Speaker, with respect, Earth doesn't evacuate. A ripple of whispers spread through the assembly. The Velkari representative, a being of pure energy contained within a force field, pulsed an anxious amber. Ambassador Julie, perhaps you don't understand the severity. The Zarthul have conquered 47 star systems in the past decade. They are merciless. Their warfleet numbers over 10,000 vessels. Jose stepped beside Julie, his presence solid and reassuring. He'd seen combat before humanity joined the galactic community, back when humans still fought among themselves. He understood what the Council didn't. How many ships does Earth have? The Trithan diplomat asked, its tentacles writhing sympathetically. Your species only achieved faster than light travel 20 years ago. You cannot possibly have the infrastructure to— 312 combat-ready vessels, Julie interrupted. Give or take a few that are still in shakedown trials. The council chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien sounds, hoots, clicks, subsonic rumbles, and psychic gasps of disbelief. 300 against 10,000. The High Speaker's translator conveyed his shock. Ambassador, this is not bravery. This is suicide. We can offer refugee status to— You still don't get it, Jose said quietly, though his voice carried in the suddenly hushed chamber. His dark eyes scanned the assembled aliens with something that made even the warrior species among them uncomfortable. You're not worried about Earth, you're worried about what comes after. The Velkari dimmed to a confused purple. After? After the Zarthul destroy your world, you mean? Julie smiled then, and it wasn't a pleasant expression. No, after Earth destroys the Zarthul, you're worried about what humanity does next. Impossible, the Trithan sputtered. The mathematics alone— Your mathematics, Julie cut in, pulling out a data slate, are based on standard naval engagement doctrine, formations, honor codes, rules of engagement that every species in this council follows. She tapped the slate, and a holographic display materialized above the council floor. Humans don't follow those rules because until we met you, we didn't know they existed. The hologram showed Earth's solar system. Jose watched the alien representatives lean forward despite themselves. The Zarthul will jump their fleet into the outer solar system, Julie continued, her voice taking on the tone of a professor delivering a lecture. Standard doctrine. Arrive beyond the system's gravity well, organize formation, broadcast demands, then advance. Yes, the High Speaker confirmed hesitantly. This is how civilized species conduct warfare. Civilized, Jose repeated, and there was dark humor in his voice. Ambassador, show them. Julie tapped the slate again. The hologram zoomed to show the Kuiper belt, then the asteroid belt, then various points throughout the solar system. Tiny red dots appeared, thousands of them. Humanity has spent 20 years building, Julie said softly. But we weren't building just ships. We've militarized our entire solar system. Every asteroid larger than a house has been equipped with engines and navigation systems. Our moon has railguns that can hit targets 3 light seconds away. Mars is one massive military installation. The moons of Jupiter and Saturn, missile platforms, every single one. The hologram shifted, showing trajectory lines, thousands of intersecting paths that turned the solar system into a mathematical nightmare of kill zones. When the Zarthul arrive, Jose added, they'll be entering a system that is itself a weapon. We don't have 10,000 ships because we don't need them. We have 10,000 asteroids programmed to intercept any vessel that doesn't broadcast friendly identification. We have weapons platforms that have been waiting in the cold and dark for 2 decades, crewed by soldiers who've trained their entire adult lives for this moment. But that's— The Cronathi High Speaker struggled to find words. That's total war. That's turning your entire home into a fortress. Yes? Julie agreed. Because humanity learned something long before we reached the stars. We learned it in the frozen trenches of our world wars, in the ashes of our nuclear near-apocalypse, in every conflict that nearly destroyed us. She leaned forward, her eyes hard. We learned that if someone threatens our home, we don't run. We don't surrender. We turn our home into their grave. The council sat in stunned silence. There's something else you should know, Jose said, pulling up his own data feed. Earth's military doctrine has a name for what's about to happen. We call it Remember the Alamo Protocol. What does that mean? The Velkari asked nervously. Julie's smile was razor-sharp. It means that in humanity's history, sometimes a small group stands against impossible odds. Sometimes they lose that battle, but the rage, the memory of that stand, it ignites something in the rest of humanity. She paused. The Zarthul think they're attacking one world. They're actually about to give 300 billion humans a reason to unite behind a single purpose. Revenge. The High Speaker's translator was silent for a long moment before conveying his whisper. They're attacking Earth? Those fools. Those absolute fools. Indeed, Julie said, turning to leave, Jose falling into step beside her. Council session adjourned. We have a war to win. As they walked through the corridors of the council station, Jose glanced at Julie. You think they understand now? Julie nodded slowly. They're beginning to. They thought we were prey. They're about to learn that humans are only prey until we're not. Then we become the thing that nightmares warn their children about. Behind them, the Galactic Council erupted into panicked deliberation, already discussing what to do about the newest apex predator in the galaxy, one that had just been given a reason to bare its teeth. Humanity hadn't asked to be tested, but the Zarthul were about to learn why that was the worst mistake they ever made. The end.